You know we gotta get some joy. I wanted a blue guitar when I was looking for guitars, and my dad said I couldn't have a blue guitar because it was used. But I really wanted the blue one, and later on I got my own blue one because I always wanted that blue one. I'm not. When I got my electric guitar first, I wanted black with a white fretboard, kind of like Billy Corgan, but or one of his guitars. But it sounded really nice. But he got me white on white like Jimi Hendrix, which I was disappointed at first, but later I thought that was cool. And I liked it. I pawned that one later for like a book on magic because I didn't like him anymore. And I was at the pawn shop and I couldn't get money for it. I was like, I want that book. And then I've given away lots of guitars. I've had guitars come to me, and I left one once for a homeless man because this guy Cruz, he came to my house before he died. Alice brought him home, and he's in my house and he played the guitar, and he talked about Jesus and told me stories about Jesus and played the guitar and stuff. It was a really nice night, and he's supposed to go into recovery the next day. We talked him into it because he'd been like living out in the desert for years, and we were gonna take him, but he left before I woke up. And then a few days later, Alice said they found him dead in the field. And so I was glad that at least he had like one good night in a house with a guitar, and he was able to talk about Jesus, and I was able to hear his stories and stuff because he believed in Jesus. He said he saw a demon in the desert. He really believed in Jesus, and I could feel the Jesus in him, and he could feel the Jesus in me. And so that guitar, I couldn't play it very well because it was too big. We got from the Goodwill because it was like $75, but it was just too big for me. So I put it over by Wiener Schnitzel outside the house for a homeless person to take it because I thought that would be good for his memory. And then first I was gonna sell it because I need money. I was over at the Wiener Schnitzel, and right after I decided I'll just leave it here because that'll be for Cruz. You know, someone like him can get the guitar. So I left it over there on like the planter. And then right after that, some guy responded to my ad, a guy named Angel, about my guitar I was selling. And he asked me about it, and I told him I just decided to donate. I told him the story and that he was a Christian too, and that was like really nice. But as soon as I donated it, clicked to sell it, and I just donated it because that's synchronicity, you know. And I gave a guitar my dad gave me for my birthday to Victor, and I bought a bass guitar, but the strings were too. I always wanted a bass guitar. My dad wouldn't let me play bass because he said you can't play anything good on bass. So I bought a green bass guitar, kind of like Courtney Love's green guitar, on eBay. But the strings were so big, it hurt my hands. I couldn't really do it. So then I gave that to Scott because I liked him. I wanted him to have things. I'm sure he sold it for meth. I gave him my fucking work computer, and I knew he was mad at me. He didn't want me to see me, but I had this extra computer because one died, but it was really just a cord got on fire, and they didn't kill the computer like I thought it did. But they gave me another one, so I also had a spare computer I didn't have to turn in. So I gave him like this really nice brand new laptop, and I wrapped in a towel and I left it on his doorstep because he was blind, and I wanted him to have it for his vision. He could only see a little bit. That's what I tried to burn my eyes out for. I'm sure he sold it later. He used to steal all kinds of shit from me. My kid's DS in the car, got a cell phone, and my mom's digital camera. And I was drunk all the time, and I didn't want to think he would do that. So I just thought they were lost, you know. And money was missing, and once he did this whole thing, he brought me out. He invited me to go eat, and I paid for us to eat. And I drove out, and my kid was in the car because I used to go with my kid with him a lot because he was a good dad, and he taught me how to be a good mom, and taking my kid to the library and stuff because he was good for his kid. Make your kid raise their hand every day in school. Like, we bonded about wanting to be good parents because that was like what he saw as his good self, his facade. He's a good parent, and he helped me be a really good mom. But while I was there, he was on the phone talking to some girl, and she was like, somebody had lost he couldn't get some money for something, and he was gonna be in trouble or something, and he lost it. And so I heard him, and I'm in the car, like sitting quietly, because he's on the phone. I don't want to like interrupt his phone call. And then I had money in my little holder there, and I took it out and I handed the $40 to him. And he said, "Why? You don't have to. Why?" And I didn't say anything because I didn't want my kid to know. And I said, "Just because." And he's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, because it's you." But he had set that up to get money from me. The whole thing was a setup. And he knew I would do it because he knew I loved him. And I wanted him to feel good. I wanted him to feel loved because I felt like he couldn't love himself because he was visually impaired. And he was insecure and felt bad about himself. And like, we were really close, but he could never like date me because he would be embarrassed to date me because I was fat, you know? So he would always like be with me in private and then act like I wasn't with him in public. Because men are. But he was with Beth too before, and people knew about Beth, and he did more with her. He did less with me, and I was nicer to him, and I loved him. And he did Beth on my couch in my house while I was in my room. And one time I got drunk and I was like crying for him on the floor, like I was screaming for him all night. It was when I first started drinking. I was like, "I want Scott, I want Scott." And I was on the floor crying. And Beth and Philip were telling him, just go talk to her, talk to her. And he wouldn't even go talk to me. And I was like on the floor crying. And then in the morning, he made me drive him to the train station. I was all fucked up. I couldn't find the keys or anything. And he had gotten meth before. And we went back to the train because I couldn't take him home because I was too fucked up. And then later he said he got robbed at the train station and his meth got stolen. And I went out there and gave him the rest that I had from him because he would give me some. He got me onto it because I tried Adderall. I wanted Adderall. I did that. And he's like, "Oh, well, you should try the real stuff." And probably me trying Adderall, he probably put some idea into my mind to get it in the first place. Because that's what they do. They try and get you onto it. Like my uncle's girlfriend, I was in my room and my cat Life was there, and I went to the bathroom, and when I came back there was like a bag of meth where the cat had been. And I was like, that wasn't there before, because I was really careful to get off the bed and not hit him, and I would have seen it. And that's what they do. And so anyway, he had me try meth, and I don't like it because I don't feed and like do stuff for myself normally. So if my body's not giving me a signal, like I get close to death. Like I had to like give myself drops of water because I couldn't drink water. I had to rehydrate. I thought I would die. So I always just like do something and throw it out, and it sucks anyway. I don't do drugs to get high. I would do DXM for God, but I don't like getting like high like that, and I don't like getting like a opiate high. I don't like that because I'm already like laid back enough. And once we did poppy seed tea and a poppy pod tea, because you can buy the poppy pods online, and then me and Alice did it, and then I was like in like 12 hours like bliss, but it was wrong, and I felt selfish because I took myself away from the world, and I was glad that I would never do that again. It wasn't even that great. It was just like this dreamy zone that you felt really good. And yeah, so that's Scott. What song was I even gonna play? Oh my god. Joel. How did I get on to Scott? I don't know. Yeah, people are really fucked up. But people are also really nice. I might fuck this up because I haven't played it for a while. And this is on the guitar. People that lies for you on TV. They say that better than you, and you agree. He says, hold my cause behind those cold brick walls. Says, come here, boy, there ain't nothing for free. Another doctor's bill, a lawyer's bill, another cute cheap thrill. You know you love him if you put him in your will, but who will save your soul with the lies that you told, boy? Who will save your soul with the lies that you told, boy? Another cuss, another cuss, another bust, another cuss. A tower went up where the homeless had their homes. So worried about claiming our souls. We pray that God would take us home, but we forget to begin. And who will save your soul with the lies that you told, boy? Who will save your souls if you come with a baby? Who will save your soul if you don't? Da 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 da. Some walk and some sock and some talk. The kid got Social Security but doesn't pay her bills. People, I don't know. People who tower went up over Orleans Avenue. Say you love him, take that money and run. Say it's been swell, sweetheart, but it was just one of those things you got to come. So get out on the streets, girls, and bust your butt. Who will save your soul with those lies that you told, boy? Who will save your soul with the lies that you told? She says, who save your soul? I gotta do that. Soul. I'm not gonna do that. And then there's hands, okay. So E minor. My hands are small, I know, but they are not yours. They are my own, and they are not yours. They are my own, and they are never broken. Poverty stole your golden shoes. It didn't steal your laughter. And heartache came to fight with you, but you knew it wasn't ever after. We'll fight, not out of spite. Someone must stand up for what's right. And where there's a man who has no voice, there I will be singing. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. They are not yours, they are my own. And I will not be broken. In the end, only kindness matters. In the end, only kindness matters. I will get down on my knees and I will pray. I will get down on my knees and I will pray. We are God's hands. We are God's eyes. We are God's hands. God's eyes. I'm back out of it because the chords are big and I don't have my rhythm. God's hands. We are God's hands. We are God's eyes. We are God's special babies. So keep being good no matter what anyone says about your fucking hands. And get yourself a special guitar. Bye-bye.